Hello, beautiful, gorgeous souls. I hope everybody is fabulous today. My name is Lindsay Gallant, and I'm the owner of Soul Compass, which is intuitive life coaching and energy healing services. And I want to talk lunar logic. We have an upcoming full moon on Thursday, June 28th, and it's in the sign of Capricorn at 6 degrees. So, what does this mean? Well, I'd love to tell you it means unicorns, rainbows, and fairies, but unfortunately, this moon is going to be slightly difficult only for those that deem it so. Because it's in Capricorn, it's really going to be focused on relationships, relationships with yourself, your family, your friends, your children, your parents, as well as your home, your material needs, and your stability. Because it's in 6 degrees, this is emphasized because 6 is also about material possessions, relationships, love, partnerships, growth, emotional maturity, self-growth. The list goes on and on, but very similar to that Capricorn energy. So double whammy here. You're going to be more aware of your limitations. You're also going to be more aware of your patterns that aren't so great in your life. So this moon will actually bring up a lot of feelings that aren't working for you right now, especially involving those things that I mentioned: your home, your family, your relationships. Control dramas are going to come up. So most often when things are at a subconscious level, we aren't aware of them or we don't want to see them. So it acts as a shadow part of ourself. Your shadow is going to be rearing its head in this full moon. Please don't get upset or discouraged. You will feel probably some sadness, some depressive thoughts. You will probably feel restricted, limited, angry, hesitant, anxious, all those things. But I really want you to hear me when I say this. It is for your benefit. If you can look past those things and, more importantly, see them clearly, you'll see that these things need to be worked on, worked through, and released. So it's time to break free from those habits, those perceptions that you hold so tightly. Because when we hold something so very tightly, it's not in an act of love, it's in an act of desperation or out of fear. It's also restriction. So where in your life are you restricted? Where in your life are you holding on to something that you should be letting go of? This could be material, this could be a relationship, this could be a control dynamic or a drama that you just need to let go of. This could also be habits. A lot of our habits are going to be evident to us, the ones that are not so good. So what habits are you holding on to or continuously utilizing to suppress an emotion? When we build foundations, it's imperative that we build those foundations properly. But unfortunately, a lot of us have foundations that are weak or crumbling. If it's crumbling, let it. It's crumbling so you can let things go, so you can build a more solid foundation that truly suits you, that truly suits the life path that you've chosen, as well as the people that you've chosen to spend your life with. But if that's not working, then things need to change. And a lot of people hate that word change. They hate it. But I'm telling you, change is not only necessary, it's inherently the way life is. So it's not only necessary, but it's going to happen, and continuously. Because as we evolve, we change. As we change, everything around us changes. Our perception changes. But it's the art of holding on or even withholding that creates our struggles, when really we just need to be in a state of allowance, which is also being in a state of receptivity. Often we ask the universe for things constantly. We pray, we affirm, we visualize, we try to manifest these things into existence. But then we don't allow them because we are simply holding on to everything that was instead of letting go to make room for the new. So I just want you to see that right now. And you're going to have feelings of, guilt or anger or sadness, or you may be grieving the loss of something, or even the loss of a relationship, or maybe the loss of things as it were. That's okay. I'm not telling you to suppress those feelings, because those feelings are the barometers and the things that our feelings let us know what's going on and what isn't working. It gives us that contrast, but it gives us sort of understanding of the contrast. Do we like it? Do we not? So if it's something you do not like, if you're having feelings that, you're feeling sad, you're feeling restricted, you're feeling angry, those feelings are meant to be dove into so you can understand the source that they are coming from, so that you can make the necessary changes. And unfortunately, if you're used to ignoring those feelings, you're not going to be able to this full moon. It is going to illuminate so much so that you're going to see your very own shadow. And it's not for the sake of condemning yourself or pushing yourself away or hating yourself or being angry. It's so that you can truly see it, so you can make the necessary changes, so you can create a solid foundation. And when I say foundation, and yes, I relate to the home, but more importantly, here. Because it doesn't matter if you live in a cardboard box, if you live in a glorious mansion, your home is here. Everything you need is here. So when I say create that solid foundation, I don't mean a brick and mortar foundation. I mean a foundation of beliefs, of habits, of circumstances, of understanding, of love within you, so that you can cultivate and create those things in your life, in your outer world. So Capricorn is very much about thought. It's very much about motivation, and Capricorns are very sort of, I don't want to say materialistic, but they definitely like to work hard and to see sort of the evidence of their hard work. But there's the other side of Capricorn, where they can be very self-critical, they can be very demanding, they can be very, how do I put it? They can continue to go, and at the same time so critical of themselves that they hold everybody else to at this unrealistic expectation. I want you to see that in yourself this week, if that is so with you. I want you to see it so that you can stop doing this, and more importantly, set a new expectation for yourself. And the expectation is to enjoy life, to remove these limitations, remove these dangerous perceptions, so you can fully live the life that you desire. So you can get out of here and tap into here. I know I say that a lot, but it's so true. You can use this for creation and creating vision, but really what tells you if it's right or wrong for you are the feelings, whether they're good or bad. So this week, you're really going to see your patterns. You're going to see your limitations. You're going to see your expectations that you may be falling short, or the expectations that are too daunting, or perhaps the expectations you're placing on everybody else in the world around you that are hindering. You're going to see your negative habits, your negative thoughts, your dangerous patterns that aren't serving you anymore. And you're going to be seeing these things very clearly. And you're going to be feeling them as well. But when you feel them and when you see them, I want you to understand you are not the only one. And this is not who you are. This is just how you have acted or created this foundation with. And that you can uncreate it or release it and start building a more solid, happy foundation. So we had 2 weeks ago, we had the new moon. So whatever you manifested or whatever you put out in the universe as a thought or a form of creation, it's not time yet to reap those rewards, but it's a good time to take another look at them. Were they created for the right intentions? Did you tap in truly to your desires when you thought about these things? Do they still resonate with you? It's basically now a midpoint check-in to see if that's still the direction that you wish to go. If that is really the direction or the structure that you want to build your solid foundation upon. So it's time to check in again, because this is an ample time to redirect or perhaps reaffirm those goals and wishes. We are also leading up in 2 weeks to a solar eclipse. Yay! Eclipses are very powerful. It's essentially when the sun and the moon are blocking one another. So yeah, it's time to do the work now, so that when we reach that eclipse, we are sort of free from all limitations. We have broken free from our restraints. We have saw, the error in our ways, and we have corrected it. And then we set the course. So basically, an eclipse to me is like a void. It's like a brand new beginning. It's like, for once, everything is at a standstill, and it's illuminated, yet we see the darkness, we see the light, and it's time to make everything right. So leading up to that, okay, I want you to do the work now. But yes, it's not easy, and I understand that, especially in our human form. It's very difficult to let go of things. It's very difficult to admit that we were wrong. It's very difficult to initiate change, because change is scary. But guess what? All this change I'm asking you to do is to change the things that aren't working. And they aren't working. And if you're honest with yourself, and that's another thing with Capricorn, is they're very honest and they live life with integrity. So if things aren't matching that, it's time to let them go. Let go. And I promise you that, yes, it's scary, but on the opposite side of that fear is the desired pathway and a life without struggle. Because sometimes we get very comfortable in things that are not truly comfortable, but we're familiar with it. So really time to tap in, guys. Much love to you. Please remember, when you're feeling some of those icky emotions, to be gentle with yourselves and the people around you. We are all going through this together. Whether we know it or not, whether they know it or not, or whether you want to admit it to yourselves, we are all going through this journey. So be kind, be gentle, and please see it for what it truly is, and it's an opportunity to let go of things that are not working. Much love to you, beautiful souls. If you like my videos, I'd love for you to like them on YouTube, share them, and stay tuned for more. Until next time, stay shiny.